Hello, all you amazing drywallers out there in drywall land, and welcome to a Hills and Hollers episode of the Drywall Podcast. I am your host, once again, Nick Harmon. With us today for her first appearance on the show, I am super happy to welcome Jacqueline Hesser of Hesser Drywall and CH3 Designs out of Newton, Illinois for her first appearance on the show. Jackie and I have been friends for a long time now, and we talk about our relationship, but we also talk about her family dynamics and how drywall wasn't always in the cards. Well, that wasn't until about 2 years ago.
I mean, over the years, while he was doing drywall, when I was available, like on weekends and whatnot, I would go help. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't do all the hard stuff at the time. I would just go and spot screws or help sand or whatever. But that was just like hit and miss. Like if I had a babysitter that weekend or whatever, then I could go.
Okay. All right. And I mean, maybe that sort of appealed to you. What did you think when you were doing like a little bit of drywall here and there? You were like, this isn't so bad. I kind of like working with the mud. This is cool.
I mean, I've always liked it. Obviously we weren't in a place where I could take off, like both of us be self-employed.
Right.
Just wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
So the kids got older and they all take care of themselves now, and I was able to leave the bank. And
from grain dryers to being in a children's book to a unique entrance into the drywall industry, we cover a lot on this episode. Jackie may be poised for greatness, but her ego is in check. It's not easy to come onto the podcast, as some of you may know and tell all, but she pushed through that challenge, and I'm glad she did, because we get to see a little glimpse into who Jacqueline Hesser is. Also, Hesser Drywall and CH3 Design may be poised for a shift into a more decorative finishes type of business, and we discuss that as well. One thing's for sure, Jackie might steal your heart. And speaking of stolen hearts, I'd like to welcome Ames Tools back to the program after a long hiatus. They've been away, but now they're back, and they've turned their sights to Fresco Harmony. What could be better than decorative tools alongside a cutting-edge specialty wall system like Fresco Harmony? Nothing I can think of. Keep your ears open for information regarding a Fresco Harmony training and product launch at our Ames flagship location in Pompano Beach, Florida. One thing is for sure, I'll be there with bells on and ready to play in the colored mud. Grab a free sample pack of Fresco Harmony and some Tape Tech specialty tools while you're there, and maybe learn about some amazing finishes with an amazing new partnership. Also, special thanks for being a tried and true supporter of the Drywall Podcast over the past few years. Be sure to catch my episodes with Tape Tech and Ames favorites, such as Mark Wilson, episode 125, Carolina Garcia, episode 137, Robbie Worrell of Tape Tech, episode 148, and Ames president himself, Mike Ventura, episode 156. All good, all great people. But for now, let's take a journey through the hills and hollers of Hesser Drywall with my old friend, Jacqueline Hesser, on this, the 173rd episode of the Drywall Podcast. Let's get into it. Let me ask you this right out of the gate. Are you a podcast person?
I listen to your podcast.
That's it? That's the only one, just because it's got some of the characters from the drywall world in it, and of course the famous Chad Hesser, famous among certain circles.
Sorry, they heard your voice.
Who? The
And the
dogs?
dogs,
You can bring one of the dogs in. Can you bring one of the small ones into the frame? What do we got?
I can pick him up. He's a little hefty.
Oh my gosh. Look at that fat boy. What's his
There's
name? I
Rudy.
forget. I forget.
It's Rudy.
Rudy. Rudy. All right. That's it, Rudy. You're done. 5 minutes of fame. Over. And okay, so you and I have a pretty broad history. I like that pink Hesser drywall shirt too, by the way. Now, are those available for other women? I guess men too, if they want one. No, you. That's a one-off.
Yeah, we just bought them for work shirts and yeah.
You and Alex.
Well, Alex, Ethan, and Chad.
I know, but they don't wear the pink shirts.
Yeah, the pink ones for the guys came out a little smaller than what we anticipated. So,
Nice. You know what they need? They need to cut them off, like and have like pink belly shirts.
our other daughter, Adriana, her boyfriend's in construction too, and he took Chad's because they fit him better. So,
Ah, okay. What does he do?
he works for a construction company here in the town we live in,
And where is that, I might ask?
Newton, Illinois.
Newton, of course. Fun fact about Newton. Now, I've been to Newton, but tell us one quick fun fact about Newton. We're getting to know Jackie a little bit. We're going to dive into the history, but we're getting to know, and then I'm also going to talk about our history too. But Newton, fun fact, go. Besides the Hershey's factory.
Oh boy, we don't have anything here. We're in the beans and cornfields.
Uh-huh. I think it's beautiful there. The times that I've been to Newton, that one time it was so snowy. Remember that?
Yep.
I don't know why I schedule these trainings in like the dead of winter. It's ridiculous, but I've done two where it's just been we've gotten socked in.
It's a hit or miss.
Yeah,
You get
Greg Strebe was there, but it was like out in the plains, and there's like just it's flat. There's like cornfields. It's beautiful, and you guys got like socked in with this like horrible snowstorm, and we went to a bar to have dinner, and we were driving like out what seemed like and you guys just drive forever there. It seems like everywhere's this hour long drive to get out through, and you're on dirt roads and you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're just driving, and then you get to your location. But what was the name of that bar that we went to have dinner?
Oh, I think that was a Muddy Saloon.
The Muddy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an old schoolhouse.
Yeah. I just remember that being so weird because it was a snowstorm and it was like, oh, let's go to the Muddy. And then the snow kept getting progressively harder and we were following each other. And then all of a sudden we end up at this like schoolhouse saloon out in the middle of nowhere in a snowstorm. And that's where we had dinner.
That's all we have around here is bar and grills.
Bar and grills. Jacqueline Hesser, the first time, did I meet you when you and Chad did the pilgrimage to Albuquerque? Chad came here to do a training for Fresco Harmony. I had never done a training. I was like, you can come here. And I just put him on a job with Jack, and he worked a little bit, and we spent some time in the studio. But did we meet at that time?
No.
We
did. Me and one or two of my kids and my mom. We all done that big long haul with Chad. But we stayed behind and explored while Chad was working.
Explored Albuquerque, and Chad came and he was like, can I bring my family to the job, and like they want to see the job? And I was like, no, I didn't know you guys. I was inundated with work, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. But in retrospect, I totally should have let you guys come to the job because now you're doing Fresco Harmony, you're working with Chad, you're doing cool stuff. But even beyond that, Well, I guess we can dive into the history. So Jacque and I have known each other. Do you prefer Jacque or Jacqueline?
Either one.
Either one, either one. And you weren't working with Chad up until recently.
Yeah, the last couple years full time.
The last couple years. Okay, so prior to that, you guys have three girls.
Yes.
You got Alex, Adriana, and
Michaela.
Michaela. And what are the ages there now?
18, 19, and 20.
18, 19, and 20. And I've been to your house and I've looked on the fridge and I've seen old pictures of you and Chad. How old were you guys when you guys got together?
I was 16 and he
Oh my
was
God.
20.
He's got you by 4 years. Chad,
Yeah.
careful there, buddy. 20 and 16.
Yep, I was in high school and he was in college.
Crazy. How did you two meet?
I moved to Newton right after I turned 16, and then I got my first job at food place called Hardee's.
Okay.
And he apparently was home for the summer from college, and I didn't know it at the time, but he apparently was coming in to where I was working and ordering a cheeseburger every day so he could see me. And then one of our mutual friends invited me to a birthday party that he was going to be at, and which he had asked them to invite me.
The mutual friend must have known that he liked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I didn't really know a whole lot of people when I moved here, except for my cousin. And so he talked me into going to the birthday party, and Chad got really drunk just so he could talk to me. He was nervous. And yeah, he asked me on a date, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. And you are now, if you're listening, you may want to go on YouTube and check out because Jacque looks like she's in her 20s. You know,
I wish.
most women will take that as a compliment, but she is very young looking. And I share this story about my son. When you guys were in Albuquerque the last time, Jacque's also been to Albuquerque and helped me on Fresco Harmony Project. We'll talk about that. But we were having dinner with my son, and my son asked what high school she went to. Where do you go to school? And I remember Anne Marie and I looked at each other and we're like, dude, she's like 40. She's a mom.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. I didn't know how to respond because, we were sitting around the table.
Yeah.
I didn't want to embarrass him.
Also, another fun fact about the Hessers, they are, until you get to know them, they're very quiet. Not only is Chad quiet, Jacque's kind of quiet and shy. The girls are as well. So you get like a group, they're not like, loud Italians. This is like a quiet group. You guys are very tight. And that's just the nature of it. Jack, and also too, I appreciate you coming on the Drywall podcast, because I know this is a sort of out of your comfort zone type of thing. So if you're out there and you're listening and you've been wanting to go on the Drywall podcast, but maybe you're a little nervous, Jacque is breaking through those fears right now as we speak, and it's no big deal. It's just two old friends talking. There. I want to go back even farther. Where were you living before you moved to Newton?
I'm originally from Vincennes, Indiana.
Where? Vincent?
Vincennes.
Vincennes. How do you spell that?
Vincennes.
Vincennes, Indiana. And you were 16. Why did you guys choose to move to Newton? It must have been like a parent deal, like your parents moved there for some reason.
At the time, yeah, my mom did.
Your mom?
I moved with her, and yeah, at the time, honestly, and this is hard to believe, but I was a troubled teenager.
That is hard to believe, Jackie. What were you getting into back then?
Oh boy,
Stealing? You robbing local convenience stores? What was going on?
you're gonna get deep on this one.
We can
Uh,
go as comfortable as you want. You could just say it, you know.
no, I'm not. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it now because I mean well, I've been clean for 25 years,
Oh, I did
uh,
not know that.
but yeah,
So maybe some drugs and alcohol.
drugs, yeah,
Drugs. I did not know that about you.
yeah.
How come we've never talked about this?
It's not something I just randomly talk about.
Fair enough. And we don't have to talk about it now if you don't want to. I know there are people in the drywall industry that struggle with drugs and alcohol. We've had people come on the podcast that have gotten clean, and we've talked about it. Some great episodes. Well, I don't dwell on it, but people know that I'm clean. I've been clean for like 22 years. You're saying 25 years.
Yep.
Like no drugs, but maybe alcohol.
Yeah, I drink occasionally. I'm not.
You're not clean. Like, but what was going on with it? Like, you were just into drugs too much. Was that the reason that your parents maybe took you out of Vincent's?
No, my mom, there was some personal stuff at home, and my mom
Okay.
moved over here to Newton with my aunt and
Okay.
uncle, and I moved with her, and then she ended up going back to Indiana, and I decided to stay. And I knew if I went back to that area, I would continue with the path I was going. And so I stayed and then got my first job and met Chad,
Yeah. That
and he
well,
obviously helped me. Chad helped me a lot. He was actually going to college for psychology.
okay.
So he,
Wait. Not a lot of people know that about Chad, but he has a degree in psychology. So if you're fucking with Chad, you might want to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
he can't pull one over on me though.
No. You're his therapist.
Yeah.
Had you stopped though when you moved to Newton, or were you still dabbling a little bit and trying to get off it? And also, did you go to like some type of recovery, or was it like cold turkey?
I struggled like the first year while I was here, and then I I did end up having a counselor, and
Okay.
then Chad was he didn't really understand the extent because he never knew about these types of drugs and stuff, but
Right.
he did work with me, and he did get to the point where he was like, it's either me or that. And one day I just quit cold turkey.
You
And
just quit.
yeah,
So you were struggling. You were struggling when you moved to Newton still with it a little bit. You had to like, but it
yeah,
doesn't sound like it didn't take too long. You're so young. It didn't have like a super hold on you, although, and that's rare for that time period too. People, it's a little more prevalent that people are getting clean now, but back then, I don't want to age you too much, but what year was it when you moved to Newton? You were 16.
I graduated high school in 2003.
Okay, 2003. So it would have been like 99, maybe. No, because you were 16. So it would have been like 2000. I want to go back to yeah, and so it must have been like a breakup with your parents. I'm assuming in
Yeah,
Vincent. There's a breakup with your parents. You're struggling. Do you have siblings?
yes, I have an older sister and a younger brother.
Nice. And do are you close with those two? You see them sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't met them. Are they in Vincent still, or do they live? Where are
Yeah.
they at?
My whole family's in Indiana. They're
Okay.
about hour and a half from me.
Okay. And how's the relationship with the mom and stuff? Everything good there?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
good. All
Everything.
right. We're painting a picture. And so, My initial curiosity would be, how was your mom with this 20-year-old Chad, like moving in on her 16-year-old daughter? Mom was okay with that, kinda, or did you guys sneak around a bit?
At first, I started saying he was a little bit younger than what he was, but
Okay.
that didn't last too long because not thinking that my other cousin graduated high school with him. So she put the numbers together and she was like, he's not 19 years old.
You fudged it by 1 year.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know what the difference is, but
19 sounds better than 20.
I,
How long were you and Chad together before you got married?
uh, about a year and a half.
Okay, so you were young when you got
Yeah.
married.
I got
Jeez.
married right out of high school. Yeah. I just turned 19.
Okay, cool. And then the rest is history. And then you guys, because the girls are pretty close together
Yeah.
in age. So you had three girls fairly quickly, and you guys were off to the races. Geez, Chad was probably in his mid 20s, and you got three kiddos. What do you do at that point? You're stay at home, and is Chad doing drywall?
Not at that point. He was working in a factory.
Where was Chad working?
That time, Stevens Industries in Teotopolis.
And what?
It's called a town called Teotopolis. Tea, Teotopolis.
Teotopolis. And that's is that close to Newton?
Yeah, it's about 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah,
It's on your way to Effingham.
there's some smatterings of towns around that area. You go from one town, you got Robinson's over there, and I've had the privilege of going there. I do like it there. There's like a calmness to that area that you live, and your house is beautiful. You guys had old-fashioned value. You're like, I'm gonna stay home with the kids. Did you want to go to college or anything like that, or were you pretty content at that time? Chad's working, you're staying home. Did you get a job or something, or are you just primarily three girls is a lot?
I did. I wasn't able to work full time, obviously, but at the time he was working third shift. And so I would go to work on during the day, like part time somewhere. And so he would stay up with the kids after he got home from work. He would stay up with the kids until I got home. And then he would go to bed and then go to work.
Right, right. So it was busy. It was busy. We may have said it, but how old are the girls now?
They're 18, 19, and 20.
And is Alex the oldest? She's not the oldest, is she? She is.
Should be 21 in August.
Oh my God. And they just moved recently, right? So that's like super, that's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're close with Alex, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ethan swept her away.
Yep.
Turkey. I like that Ethan though. He's a good guy. And a hell of a finisher.
Yep. They moved to Wisconsin to start their own business.
Wisconsin. Where at in Wisconsin?
That's they moved up north, like way north in the woods. It's called Goodman.
Goodman. And how far away?
A little over 9 hours.
That's a bit. That's a bit.
That's what will make me cry.
Well, I'm not doing my job if the interviewee doesn't cry at least once during the interview. So
Yeah.
we're on point. We're on point, Jackie. But I mean, also too, though, you got to be proud. That's what kids are supposed to do. They're supposed to, like if you're doing your job, the kid's going to go out into the problem that I have right now with, a lot of youth are like sort of hanging on and staying at home. I mean, you guys raised like very, for the most part, what I've seen, very established, put together young women who are, making their way. which is not an easy thing to do, like in today's world. So kudos for that. Let's skip over. We can touch on that a little bit later, because I've gotten to work with Ethan and Alex, and they're just a joy. And you just continued to sort of stay at home. Where were you working when Chad was going to your part-time job? When Chad was going to his job?
I worked at. I did a few different things off and on. I did like Dollar General.
Okay.
Here, we had another little store called Alco back in the day.
Okay.
I had a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Kind of like a mini Walmart in a way.
Okay.
Did that, and then I also worked in a factory too.
Yeah.
When I was able to start going full time, I worked in a factory.
What were you doing in the factory?
I was doing the control panels for grain dryers.
Control panels for grain dry. What you were putting together? Control for grain what?
Grain dryers, like grain bins.
What's a grain dryer?
Dries the grain. Farming.
Yeah, people don't know that shit, man. Tell me I don't know what the hell a grain dryer is. It like the silo? Like the big silo? No.
That's part of it, yeah.
That's part of it. But then does the grain go into the silo?
Yes.
And then it like dries out in the silo, or does it go somewhere else to dry out?
That I don't know.
Okay, but you were working on a part of the grain dryer.
Yeah, I did all the wiring for the control panels.
Interesting. And so there's big factories in your area that create components for these big grain processing places.
Yes.
Okay. All right. How'd you like that job?
I liked it.
You did?
I did.
Yeah. And how old were the girls at that time? They're probably going to school, huh?
Yeah. Obviously, I think they were in elementary at that point, yeah.
They were in elementary. And how did you get that beautiful house that you have? Like, when did you and Chad buy that sucker? That place is beautiful, man.
Oh boy, we just bought this about, I think, 5-6 years ago. It was actually my parents had. See, there's a long story. My parents at one point moved from Indiana back over. My parents together came back over to Illinois, and because we had twins. Michaela was a twin.
Okay.
And so they moved back over because to help me. And obviously we ended up losing one of the oldest twin, Michaela's sister. And then mom and dad stayed a few more years, and then they moved back to Indiana. So then I took their house over here in Illinois.
Okay, they purchased that house when they came over to help. Okay. So it hasn't always been easy for the Hessers.
No.
No, that was a tough time. I know Chad's talked about that with me a little bit. Very cool. But that is a beautiful house, and so that helped you guys out quite a bit back in the day. But then they left and they went back to Indiana, and you kept on at the factory. Was Chad doing the drywall yet by then?
Yeah, Chad's been doing drywall for what, 16, 17 years?
Yeah. Is Chad there? Chad's there. He's there giving you cues to answer these questions, isn't he? And if you answer wrong, he's going to hit you with a stick.
He's at work.
He's at work. I told you.
The dog's over here snoring.
The dog's snoring. I told you that it like half of like the beauty of the podcast that you're going to get out of working with Chad.
Yeah, the job's a little farther away today, so I didn't have to go.
Beautiful. You're like, I got this podcast. I'm really nervous. I'm gonna let you go to work today, Chad. What are you guys working on today?
Just right now is just remodel.
A remodel. I know, but what aspect of the remodel are you taping it? Are you second
And
coating, sanding? Oh, dude,
I got out of sand.
we nailed it. I don't care what those drywallers say, man. Nobody likes sanding. Nobody likes sanding. But Chad, why didn't Chad do psychology? We can talk. We can talk a little bit about Chad since he's not here.
It had to do with like his master to go back, and I don't really remember exactly.
Yeah, fair enough.
It had to do something with going back and getting the master, and
Yeah, he was probably making good enough money doing drywall by then that he was just like, screw it. You
no,
know?
he was doing the factory, but then also he found a construction guy in our town that was willing to work with him, and he let him come to work with him and teach him things. And then if Chad ended up finding like a drywall job, the guy would let him take off work to go and do it. So then Chad was able to get out of the factory and
Okay.
start the drywall business.
Right. How were you at that time with Chad? He's leaving his secure job. He's gonna start drywall. I'm gonna do this, Jackie. You got to be on board with me. What was your thoughts?
I was scared to death that he actually called me
Yeah.
while he was at work in the factory. He called me that day and he was like, "Hey, I just put my 2 weeks in." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Dude, what about health insurance?" And we got
Yeah.
3 kids,
Yeah.
3 small kids. And but no, he made it work. It all worked. It worked
Chad's
out.
a smart guy. He had a plan.
Yep.
He had a
Not
plan.
really. Not really.
No, no, none of us do. He's a
He
drywaller.
was winging it.
We don't have any plan. I wish I
And
had a
we had to
plan.
go along. We had to go along for the ride, but no, it
Yeah,
all worked out. It all worked out.
of course it worked out. But you were supportive, obviously. How old are the girls at that time when Chad made that move?
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
7,
Okay.
8.
Okay, so they're pretty young. You're a little bit nervous. What did you guys do about health insurance and that sort of thing, if you don't mind?
We ended up obviously you have to go self-employed, but yeah, we got health insurance and everything was fine.
Okay.
I didn't have to worry on that part anymore.
Yeah. How were the finances? Were you doing okay with the finances? And you're still working at a factory at the time, so that helped probably.
Yeah. I mean, obviously back then, like minimum wage and stuff wasn't very much. I think back when Chad left the factory, it was, yeah, probably $10 an hour back then.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was a little easier to survive than it is nowadays, which makes me doubly proud of, Alex and Ethan and like just, like taking on their lives and stuff like that. I've talked to Chad a little bit. I try to remind him, man, dude, that's a cool deal. And so how long was it before you started working? So that wasn't until you guys were like empty nesting. These girls are running around, although you'd still have like girls at home. It hasn't been like a fairy tale experience. Like you're still sort of nurturing the other two, would you say, Michaela? So Alex is the oldest. She's 20. Where does Michaela and Adriana? Alex is 20. She's turning 21. Which one is older, Michaela or Adriana?
Michaela.
Michaela's 19.
Yep. She'll be 20 in July.
Trouble. Dude.
The two older girls they share the same, they're the same age for 2 weeks.
Okay. Okay. And then Adriana, how old is she?
She's 18.
She's 18. And she's out of school.
Yes.
So she
works full time at a dermatology at a call center, and then she also started her own photography business.
Right. She's the one doing photography, and she's like kind of sharp. She's putting herself out there. She's taking photographs. She's hustling up wedding photography stuff. Correct?
Yep.
So
started that when she was 17, started her own business, and now she's doing weddings and
beautiful. And if somebody wants to go check out Adriana's stuff, does she have like Instagram and all that? Can they go check out her photos?
It's just Hesser Photography.
Shut it. Hesser Drywall. Hesser, you guys are taking over Newton.
Just like her dad.
Yeah, and your girls are great. I've met them. They're great. And then Michaela. What's going on with Michaela?
Michaela works in healthcare.
In healthcare. And both these girls, are they still at home?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're still kind of watching them. Sometimes when you and Chad are doing a little more traveling now, which is kind of cool, but they'll watch the house and stuff, which is kind of nice, or just throw huge parties at the house while you guys are gone. Would be the way I would do that.
I haven't done that, but no, they do. They watch over the house and the animals while we're gone.
The dogs, you've got three. You've got three of the dogs. Not so. Jackie reaches a point in her career. Well, when did you leave the factory job?
I've been with Chad for a little over 2 years full time, but I also was in the banking world for the last approximately 10 years.
Okay, so you did banking. That was after the factory and before going to do drywall.
Yeah.
See, we're getting to the drywall.
I left my cushiony job to go do drywall. Yeah. What
crazy Chad was like, at this time, this is abuse. This is actual abuse. When your husband makes you go do drywall, you can talk to me. We'll talk offline.
It was actually my idea.
You wanted to.
Yeah.
You're like, why does he get to go have all the fun? Chad's like, all right, you want to go do this shit? Come on. And that's the way it went down. You wanted to help, or was there like, well, if Chad probably needed help, because as we know, it's hard to find help, and you were like, well, I can go do drywall with you, and we can essentially throw in together and create more efficiency. That makes sense.
I mean, over the years, while he was doing drywall, when I was available, like on weekends and whatnot, I would go help. I mean, okay. I didn't do all the hard stuff at the time. I would just go and spot screws or help sand or whatever. But that was just like hit and miss. Like if I had a babysitter that weekend or whatever, then I could go.
Okay. All right. And I mean, maybe that sort of appealed to you. What did you think when you were doing like a little bit of drywall here and there? You were like, this isn't so bad. I kind of like working with the mud. This is cool.
I mean, I've always liked it. I just, obviously we weren't in a place where I could take off, like both of us be self-employed.
Right.
Just wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
So the kids got older and they all take care of themselves now. And I was able to leave the bank. And
was that a difficult decision because the bank probably had good benefits and things like that? Was Chad getting enough projects by that point, and how long ago was it?
I'd say 2.5 years ago.
About so pretty recent. Would you consider yourself a journeyman drywall finisher now?
I know the gist of it.
You know the gist.
I'm like boxing and stuff. I'm just now learning that, but that's only because I didn't have to do it because Ethan and Chad they did the boxing.
It's a bitch. Spoiler alert, it's a bitch.
Hey, you could still do it after 20 years?
I was so sore.
Can you do it?
I was so sore. Yeah, I can do it.
No, Ethan and Chad always did, I guess you could say, the harder stuff. And then me and
Sure.
Alex, we were doing the beads and butt joints and everything. But now that they're gone, Alex and Ethan, I had to I have to start learning more.
Was that your favorite thing in the world working with that? I remember you guys coming to help me, and you guys were just like a little team, and doing fresco. So you start working with Chad, and he has you doing the like you're still spotting screws, sanding. What else would he have you do?
Back then, before I came on full time, that's pretty much all I could do. He wouldn't
No,
he
no,
wouldn't let me do anything else.
he wouldn't let you do anything because Chad's picky.
Yeah.
Just like all us good drywall contractors, we're picky about, and not only that, the way that Chad likes to do it. Chad has a way that he does it, just like we all do, and he wants it done that way, and it's his business, and so he can,
Training process is you do screws for at least 6 months before you
Okay,
touch anything else.
really? And did he make you do screws for 6 months?
I mean, obviously, eventually when I came on full time, yeah, right away. I mean, I think the first day that when I went full time, he was like, "I'm going to show you beads," and
Okay.
that's when I started running beads.
Yeah. What do you think about coating beads?
I actually, I that's my favorite part.
Mine too. I like it. Yeah.
Except first coat, I'm so particular and I want it to look nice. So like the first coat drives me insane because
Yeah.
it don't look perfect. So it just, yeah, it drives me insane.
Let me ask you this. Do you do the tops or do you do the bottoms first? Like when you coat bead, do you run the bottom part of the stick or do you run the top part of the stick?
I start at the bottom.
Why do you do that?
I picture myself doing that. I start at the bottom and then I work my way down. Instead of pulling it up, I pull it down.
Why do you do that?
It's easier to sand.
Now, there's a reason. I always felt like now I always did the bottoms first, then did the tops because it leaves your lap line going down.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I just do it.
You just do it and make it look good.
Yeah.
And what do you run? What do you run first?
So
10, 12, 12.
I use my 10.
Use your 10. And what kind of knife are you running?
My favorite is the Advance Radius Skimming Blade.
Do you find they're harder to feather with the radius skimming blade?
I don't have a problem with them, but
You don't.
that's what I learned on, so I really don't
Mhm.
know anything else.
Yeah. Are they offset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I know. Chad never trained me with anything else, so
Right. Right. But I mean, you've got blue steel, you've got stainless. There's a couple of different knives out there. Yours are blue steel, right?
no. Chad likes to use the blue steel whenever we're doing like white fresco. But
I know.
other than that, the drywall, they're not blue steel.
Because I've found that, especially with the sealer, you'll get the black marks with the blue steel. And Chad and I disagree about this. Like that like he says you get black marks with the stainless steel. I say you get the black marks with the blue steel, and or it doesn't matter. Either one will give you black marks. What's your opinion on that?
Over time, yeah, like say you like the one day you've used the blue steel and then you clean it up and then the next day you come back in and use it again, you might get a little bit of stuff coming off of it.
Mm, right, right.
Have to keep going back in and sanding it off of the knife.
Yeah, you got to keep them super clean.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with having some black marks.
I agree. I mean, I think it's all in the eye of the beholder. It's like that when we're talking about black marks in fresco harmony or plaster in particular, it's the high points. The high points, which is why they created a Bianco no black mark. That it's why plaster has specific trowels is because blue steel and stainless tend to leave marks, on high points of the wall when you go to do your second coat or sealer. I would find that they'd come out on the sealer, whereas the new Fresco Harmony pool trials don't leave the black marks at all. And I was blown away. I was like, what is that finish that they're putting on them? It's crazy. Have you tried the Fresco Harmony trials?
I haven't. Chad does. Chad uses them.
Chad uses them. Are you scared to leap over to the Hawken trial?
It's just different and not ready for it.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice. The Hawken trial is like a little different, but once you get it, it's really fun. It's fun to do. So after beads, what did you learn next?
Oh, I don't know, pulling ends and stuff.
Yeah, you put on corner bead? You do all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you guys put on corner bead?
I just staple them up.
You staple. But it's not, is it tape on or is it plastic? You use the trim tex.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes trim, but he doesn't use the glue.
No.
we'll cut that part out. I like the staple in the vinyl. I think it works good.
No, we're going to be transitioning back to the fast edge trim tex.
Okay, what does that mean, the fast edge?
Where you just put the mud, you just push it through the hopper and then put it up.
Why is Chad switching over to tape on or fast edge?
We actually started using it a long time ago, but then for some reason we went back to the regular beads.
Okay.
He says now we're going to be switching back to fast edge, so
yeah,
I can do either one, so it don't matter.
And he's the boss, so if he says we're switching to fast edge, yeah, we're switching. I've worked with Chad too. He's a real ball breaker. Chad's the nicest guy, but man, you get him on a job, he's like I'm like, whoa, dude, just give me that box. I'll go, Jesse, and I'll go run the box and just leave me. That was a fun day. And also, I mean, to bring up another sad, but like that was, Jackie was also there on the Effingham day when we lost our friend Cam. I try to think about it. It gets me, man. Every day, all the time. You got, and I want to like illuminate the fact that like certain people were there, and it was just such a great day. We were all working on the job. Just had a great day, and it ended tragically, but Jackie was there, Ethan and Alex. We had Jesse, we had Mike. We had Sean Ramsden. We had Danny, Chad. I think that's everybody, right? We had a whole gaggle of dudes, and we had Cam, and everybody was joking and having fun, and it's tough. It's tough. So you and I mean, we went through that shit, man. That was, should have been an experience that really bonded everybody. And I feel like it did, with you and Chad, Drywall, Jesse, and Mike. It bonded us. That's for damn sure. And so Hesser Drywall is going through a shift, which I want to talk about, over to more specialty finishes. And that's where we're getting sort of to the present moment with Hesser Drywall. Unless there's anything you want to add to the Effingham day. Anything you want to add to that? No, not really.
It was a Sunday, and yeah. Funny and sad.
It was funny and sad. I watched that video like recently. I think Jesse was taking like a side video of Cam, and the last thing he says is, "I'll see you on the other side." Yeah.
We recently we went over to Ohio to help Wes on a fresco job. We got to hang out with Cam's parents, Dave and Jackie.
Yep.
Sweet couple. They're a lot of fun, and we got to meet his brother, Jamie, for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamie and I sort of follow each other on social media a little bit. I texted Jackie on Cam's birthday. Yeah, I need to get over there. It's, what, at this point it's difficult for me to, it's been so long that it's difficult for me personally to go over there, but I need to go over there and like do that pilgrimage and like meet them and have that time. I honestly, I'm just scared. It's just hard.
I was a little scared the first time. We went twice now.
Yeah.
The first time we went to Ohio just to hang out with Wes and just for fun, no work involved. And then he took us over and we met him for Cam's parents for the first time. And then just a few weeks ago, we went and done a fresco job, and we went back over there and hung out with them again and had pizza and just sat and relaxed. And
well, they're kind of your type of people. They're like Midwestern people, right?
Yeah, they're pretty laid back, just like we are, and
yeah,
just sit back and have a good time together. Just
and there's similarities to Sardis, which is where Cam and Wes and that whole clan is from. There's similarities to Sardis and Newton, right? The size is small and
yeah,
it's kind of sparse.
They have a lot more hills and hollers, but yeah, it's a nice area. It's beautiful. Yeah.
I like that. What does that mean? Hollers? Like hollows?
Hollers. You never heard of that? Hills and hollers?
I mean, I vaguely like heard of the expression, but nobody's busted it in my sphere in a while.
No, like you're going up a hill and then you go down and then you have an area like it's called a holler.
Yeah, we got them up in the Northwest where I'm from. We got hills and hollers, but nobody ever called them
the last
that.
time, not a few weeks ago, but the first time we went to hang out with Wes, our Airbnb was just like probably 10 minutes from his house. And of course he made the expression. He was like, I can hear you. You'll be able to hear me about, from the holler down in the holler.
Down in the holler. And is that that's a Newton thing too? People talk about the hollers?
No, we don't have hollers down here where we're, in Illinois.
No, it's flat.
And I know what they are.
Fair enough. I gotta up my game, Jackie. I gotta up my game. Hills and hollers. But let's talk about that. You guys did a phenomenal job. Two things. If you haven't heard the interview with Wes and I, it's pretty good. We talk about because Wes and Cam are like besties, man. And Wes worked for Cam when he passed, and Wes is sort of carrying. I would say it's really cool because he's sort of carrying the torch in his area and living, sort of Cam's legacy, by busting some fresco and like trying to get that going. And you guys went over there because he had this it seemed like a pretty big ass job. He's like, I can just see Wes too, like I might need some help with this one. And it's like the pictures were just beautiful. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't posted any footage really yet, but the master bedroom was massive, and we had to, floor to ceiling.
What colors were you using?
It was like the master, I can't remember what the color was called, but it was like a real deep, dark blue.
Can't remember moody blue, maybe? And you guys are also using other products, but a new business called
CH3 Designs.
CH3 Chad Hesser Designs, which is going to be more primarily focused on specialty wall finishes. Talk about, because Chad did you help with the samples that were just made out in like the garage? Were you helping out with that? He didn't let you in there, did he? He was like, "This is my deal."
I was not. I did not do those.
Jack, you gotta go make your own samples. Go make your own samples. Oh, does he?
He's like, you want to, you need to start helping me make some samples, learn how to do some of the different, materials and texture.
Yeah.
I don't know. Normally when he goes out there, I'm like, kind of like mom mode, like inside cleaning and cooking and
Yeah, you're like, dude, I'm over it. I was spotting
yeah.
screw. I was running beads all day.
It's
I
not
didn't
that I
feel like
don't
it.
want to do it, but by the time I get home from work, it's like I don't want to go out there and be in the garage doing more.
Yeah, drywall is exhausting. That's for sure. But I will say this: I enjoy making samples. It's kind of fun. So if you're inclined, maybe find a spot that's good. The garage is kind of. I've been to your garage. It's a little dingy out there. Maybe that you need to make a nice studio, put some flowers, make samples in there.
We're working on it. It's a work in progress, but yeah,
You're making like a little studio space somewhere.
we're in the process of. We've been talking about building a shop.
Oh, cool, cool. And what other finishes are you guys? Because I know Chad was using a lot of different finishes. Let's talk about some of the other finishes that CH Design offers.
He does Venetian.
Okay, I'm putting you on the spot a little bit
He's been playing with that mica wall.
with the mica
He
wall.
hasn't
Yeah,
actually he hasn't actually done anything but playing with it out in the garage.
that's where it starts. You got to play with it a little bit, and then once you know sort of how to do it, then you can offer it, and then you can bid it. But that's how all these processes start. I know he uses Portola,
Yeah.
and Chad's pretty good lime wash and things like that.
We've had a lot of people, a lot of designers here in the past couple weeks call about lime wash. So
yeah,
he's had to do a little refresher course because it's been a while.
yeah, yeah. You guys do a lot of fresco. Have you done any of the specialty finishes besides the fresco?
I have not.
Okay.
I go along and I guess I watch.
Help prep.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
get things ready and no, he's so far he's the only one that does the specialty, like the range hoods and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Where do you fall with all of the specialties? Would you prefer to move in that direction? Do you like that direction that the company's moving in? Because you're like, I've spoken with Chad, like he's wanting to do a lot more of it, where it's like, okay, we're just doing specialty walls. Like, we can do drywall, but I want to move more in this direction. Are you on board with that?
I am thinking long term, like as we get older, and I know it's getting a lot harder on him, like the drywall finishing side.
Mm-hmm.
The older he gets and the longer he does it gets hard on him. And so the specialty finishes would be a lot easier on his
Yeah.
body.
Yeah. Yeah. Better premium and for the work, and if you can get it. But it seems like you guys are doing a great job of marketing and getting more of the work, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's just we've got a lot more designers that have been calling, so
Yeah, yeah,
it's a
very
plus.
good, awesome. I love it. This wasn't so bad, was it?
No.
Little walk down memory lane.
Yeah.
One of my Jackie. Maybe I haven't told you. You're one of my favorites. I'm so glad that we've gotten to know each other the way we have in the past, 6, 7 years that we've known each other. I'm glad that I'm a hard person to sort of get to know, and Chad just he'll keep at you if he likes somebody, like like dig in, and I'm so glad he did, because I'm like. I'm very friendly, but I can be resistant to, new people, or, like we all can. One of the takeaways from Cam is that he was so open with everybody. That one thing that I learned from him was just like to open up your heart and be more accepting of everyone for who they are. And on that vein, I would like to ask for your pearl of wisdom. You knew it was coming. What do you got?
just don't worry about what others think. Just be yourself, and if you want to try something new, do it. Don't worry about what anybody says or thinks. Just go for it.
I love it. And after coming on the podcast, how do you feel? You're nervous maybe before. How do you feel now?
I feel fine.
Okay.
I knew it would be fine because I mean, I know you, have known you for so long, so.
Yeah, I'm a goofball. But we have to do another project. I got to get over to Sardis. It would be cool to come over, see you guys, maybe do a training at Niebrugge's in it's not Effingham.
Dietrich.
Dietrich. A little, like, what's the population of Dietrich?
It's actually grown over the last several years.
It's up to like 400 people.
Probably, yeah. No.
Yeah, about 400.
I'd say we're 1,700 people now.
Okay. All right. Dietrich. So Dietrich is very close to Newton. Niebrugge sells Fresco, Harmony, and Dietrich. These guys get all of their drywall products from Niebrugge. The Trimtex, the Muds, the USG chat. You guys like to use USG. Shout out to those guys. And yeah, this was an absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming on. Any final words you want to share?
I would like to let people know that there's a book coming out. It's a children's book in the fall of this year. And I'm featured in it.
Okay. I'm sad we didn't bring this up sooner. A children's book. You're featured in it from an author in Newton.
I believe she's from the UK.
She's from the UK. Does this have something to do with Kathy? Did Kathy set this up?
No. Deanne from Advance. The author reached out to Deanne and asked her if she knew of any drywall finishers, and Deanne recommended me.
You stole Deanne's heart, didn't you?
I think so.
Yeah, I love that, Deanne, man. So yeah, we did an interview. Deanne's one of the owners of Advanced Tools up in Chicago. We interviewed Deanne. She is awesome. Catch that episode if you haven't. That one is good. And so Deanne spoke with somebody from the UK. What's the author's name, if you can remember?
It's Erin. I might pronounce it wrong. Twomley.
Do you know where she's from?
I want to say around the London area.
Okay. And then, so she's doing a children's book about women in construction?
Yes, this is her fourth book. She does, they're called STEM books.
Okay.
This called Everyday Superheroes, and this one will be Women in Construction. I haven't told anybody, and so I thought, hey, perfect time.
This is a perfect time. And I wonder, STEM books, what is the name of these series? Because if somebody wanted to look it up online, have you looked it up? And so, like, we can tell the audience where to go check these out, because I want to check them out.
There is a website. I can't remember exactly.
STEM.
Yeah, it stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math.
Oh my God, STEM books. Okay, and
she targets your elementary-aged kids.
Okay.
Gets them involved and interested in different careers. A lot of it is helping, like, younger girls, like in elementary school, know about these careers that a lot of people don't know about. Like, what kid in elementary school knows that there's a drywall finisher?
Right.
So he helps build girls' confidence and interest in different fields.
Well, I love that. And you were, so the book coming out will feature maybe 2 or 3 or 4 different women in different trades, and you're one of those women in the next one?
There's 32 women.
Oh my gosh. 32 women in each book?
It's 96 pages of all different trades.
Oh my gosh, I want one. And maybe signed. You gotta sign it. Send out some copies or something. Very, very cool. We will be on the lookout for that. I know you have a page, but is this something that you would put on the CH Design page or the Hesser Drywall page? I would. I'd totally bootleg Chad's pages if I was you, and like, you know, give this lady some props for the work that she's doing when it comes out.
Yeah, it'll be out. Yeah, we'll be posting about it. The book will come out in the fall. It'll be, you can get it from, like, Sean, if he goes to school, he can get it at the book fair.
Oh, he could get it from the book fair. Very cool. And well, so it's going to be dispersed to schools throughout the country. She must be a pretty big deal, huh?
Yeah, and you can order them online too. I know Amazon has them.
And then tell us the author once again. Maybe we can follow her on social media as well.
It's Erin Twomley, Twamley.
Erin Twomley on social. Very cool. Nice. Well, thank you so much for being on the Drywall podcast today. Hopefully Chad is done with sanding by now. You don't have to, he's not making you go out there, is he?
He's back.
He's done sanding. Yes.
I'm not done sanding yet.
He just walked in.
He's like, nah, I've been out making samples in the garage. We're going sanding, babe. Get in the car, grab your helmet. Do you guys have one of those helmets?
No, we don't.
You got to get one of those ridiculous helmets that everybody's using.
You actually said that the other day that I wanted one.
Just to try it out, right? I mean, like, I wouldn't use it for anything else. I sure as hell wouldn't be caught in public with one. But like for sanding, I feel like they're the cat's meow, because it just keeps everything, and especially for the women, it keeps the dust out of your hair, and you know.
I think it'd be nice for sanding ceilings.
Totally. And it's like you hit the thing, you just brush the sand off you, and it just keeps the sand out of your face and pores and eyes and mouth and nose and ears.
I wore safety glasses the other day so it doesn't go in my eyes.
Safety glasses is smart. Yeah. Well, hopefully you guys will be doing nothing but specialty finishes or fresco harmony, and you won't have as much sanding maybe. Who knows what the future holds for Hesser Drywall. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. Shout out to Chad. Shout out to Alex and Michaela and Adriana. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
All right. Take it easy, Jackie. Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
Huge shout out to Jackie Hesser for being with us on the Drywall podcast today. I really appreciate you taking the time and pushing through the fear. I know it wasn't easy for you to come on here, but you did fantastic. And everybody got to hear your great story, so thank you for that. Also, put your grubby drywall hands together and give a huge podcast welcome to our newest sponsor, Ames Tools, for sponsoring the Drywall podcast in the month of July. It's because of sponsors like Ames and awesome guests like Jackie that I get to bring you new and original content like the show you just heard. Stay tuned for information on an upcoming training hosted by yours truly, happening soon at our very first Ames location, set to offer fresco harmony. If you come, you might leave with some badass plaster swag and some free fresco harmony. We'll have more details on that in upcoming episodes. You have lots of choices of content to listen to when you're choosing something on the radio. Maybe you're listening on your way to work, you're mudding away on a project. Today,
you decided to listen to the Drywall podcast, and I'm grateful you did. Be sure to join us next time as we venture off the path a little bit with a person in the paint space who has come up with some new products and goes by the name of Uncle Brian. I got to meet this character at the Bolton Trade and Decorator live show, and he had some good energy, and I hope it's going to be a good show, and I hope that you all have an amazing week or weekend, whatever you're heading into, and remember, keep drywalling.